Good afternoon, good morning, good night, good evening, everyone who's here. We will be waiting for 10 seconds before we start. As always, the ATW Weekly Sunday Market Analysis is purely for our recommendation is educational purposes. Yeah, it's not meant for you to actually be die hard and take the trades that we say. Always be informed and then align your strategy and make your own decisions. Okay, with that, let me start this session. So, after several months, the US is still not winning Iran war, and we are still seeing lots of turbulence, and my electrical bill seems to be rising. Need to use less of aircon. All right. Now, so top of my list, you can see as usual, the way I do things is that I'm looking at the weekly chart for the dollar indices, and I already ranked them the top three, which I'll be bullish is dollar index, Swiss index, and the Canadian index. In middle two to three usually are pairs that I'm not too sure. In this case, this week it will be Kiwi and Pound. Now the bottom three in this week will be Euro, Yen, and Aussie. I'll be shorting them. Uh, now, before I delve further on, fair warning from me is that we will probably be seeing lots of turbulence due to any currency that is commodity links currency, basically. Yeah, especially oil. I think any news out there might be lots of whipsaw, so I don't think it's a good idea to trade any currency that is linked to commodity on anything lesser than H4. Yeah. Uh, Even nowadays, a bit of insignificant news, the H4 might whipsaw quite a fair bit. Yeah, so just take note. Now, for top of my list is actually a dollar index. You can see that it has been dwindling since last year in this range, and then it broke out. For whatever reason, I don't want to speculate, but it broke out the 100, and I'm expecting it to probably retest. It might or might not retest. Yeah, but whichever it is, we officially have not officially, but it's kind of we having a higher low at this moment. Range, breakout, higher low. I'm expecting price to go long. Yeah. So now the US currency at this stage, if you look at the past 50 historical 50 years, is that anytime they are in a protracted war, the world is not that safe anymore. The dollar tends to rise. I don't As a trader, yeah, this is good for me, but as a citizens of the world, might not be such good news to see dollar rise. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it doesn't rise too much. Let's hope it settle down soon. Switch. It doesn't want to switch. Okay, let me go to this chat. Restore connections. Oh, there it is. Nope, it's still not recovering. Let's look at the Swiss index. All right, so for the Swiss index, you can see that more or less it's in the same range since last year. Ding, 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 ding. And now it's at the bottom of the range. So it's a good time to actually put in some, it might possibly be a good time to actually put in some buying positions. So simply just is at the bottom of the range. Technically, it looks good. The last on my list is actually CAT. You can see that price barely touch. Ooh, this is the 70. So in the past, it actually broke down once. Within I think 2 months, it actually recovered back up. So this seems to be a level that they do not want to be at for a long time. So I think if it actually goes all the way up to 74, we should be in a good ride for at least the next 1 month or so. Again, fair warning, CAP is very much linked to oil. So be very, very careful when trading this pair. Again, my honest recommendation is to trade H4 to even W1 if your account is relatively large. Yeah, I think that would be a quite safe place to do. And TradingView must be hitting me. It's not really loading fast. Now, the next on my list is actually Kiwi. Like I mentioned just now, Kiwi and Pound are the two pairs whereby, to me, I would say that it's actually in no man's land. It's really in the middle of the range at the moment. It can go up, it can go down. Technically, I don't have an anchor point for it. That's why I prefer to keep out of it. Again, this is on the weekly chart. Now, next on the POW. POW, same thing. I'm just waiting for my chart to load. Is that it's actually in the middle of the range. I don't have an anchor point to analyze whether it's at a strong horizontal level, whether it's ranging or whatsoever. So you can see that training view finally has catch up. So it has print a high test bar, but really, if you're any kind of technical traders, any price action that has no anchor point, be it a swing level or horizontal level, Fibonacci or whatever, it has no significance. Yeah, so it's very, very dangerous for me to trade pound at the moment. I prefer to keep out until something clear sticks out to me. Now, let's study euro. All right, so for euro, let's keep our fingers crossed, really, that they do not get dragged into the Ukraine war. If they do, I think, unlike US, or wartime means it's good for the economy, but euro, they do not have that strong industrial base to actually depend on. Now, at the moment, what we can see is that price has broke out. So in the past, it has broke out before, right? So, okay, let's shift it a bit here. So now it might be retesting this level. So you can see that even though my bias is short on euro, is actually at the top. It's not my strongest short. So what I'm waiting for price to do is that possibly if you're trading anything below the D1, wait for a lower high, a full Dow theory cycle, if you will, or a full cyclicity, if you will. Yeah, look for a lower low, lower high before we can actually jump into any short position for euro. Yeah, short of that, it may just decide to actually like this, dance in this place for a couple of weeks before it might shoot down. So yeah, wait for a full cycle. Take a fast 1:1 and then shift your stop loss to break even if you're ever in a euro position. I rarely give that advice, but because euro even in the past at the pretty significant horizontal level, they don't seem to have a clear touch and go. They seem to like to just dance around that area. Now, the Japanese yens, I think the current prime minister is not very popular because she's touching the imperial monarchy law. Yeah, but besides that, they are still not on very good terms with China. And despite our efforts to actually raise the yen currency, the traders are not buying into a story. So it's still on a weakening movement. Now, bear in mind is that we have this. Ta-da! This is the significant area in the past. So price has effectively break below it already, and it seems that it's on a one bar retest. So if she does not regain back the control of the economy, though I might dare say that it's actually not very much in her control in the very first place, it may just further plunge down to $60. Yeah. So in lieu of this, if you're in any kind of short yen trade, I would say it's a pretty good idea to actually trail your stop losses accordingly. Just go with the swing. Yeah. At least for the past few weeks, it has on a very beautiful short selling position. Now, the last on my list, which is the Aussie index. Now, you can see that price basically broke up, higher low, up, come down. So what I'm expecting for this, technically, is for price to actually print this. This is my expectation. So if any of you trade this, ta-da! There would be a head and shoulder. Yeah, a lopsided head and shoulder, which occurs at the $70 level. Yeah, so it is at this significant level whereby I'm hoping that price will actually, you can see that price once touch, it gives me a very, very lopsided right shoulder, and then it will plunge all the way down. All right, so this is what I'm hoping to that it will happen. And let's look at some of the things that's happening on the chart. So first on my list is actually dollar. Yes, on a very short term. Okay, it's not even mid-term, right? You can see that price is on an uptrend, but now it has hit a significant horizontal level over here. Let me go to a D1 chart. You can see that on the D1 chart is actually not on a very, very nice place. So this is the level which I'm looking at. Price comes up. Yeah, this is what some of us would say is a complex retracement. So once price has done that, it'll break below this level and then goes down. Right, so this is what I want to see. Price breaks this level, which is the previous significant high, or you can say that is a start of the right shoulder, head and shoulder, the start of it, and then price breaks down. Restore connection for dollar yen. Now, dollar yen chart reading wise, this is what we see. This is a ascending wedge, right? So what I wish to see that price has previously one time, two time, three times. Now I'm waiting very patiently for price to actually break the apex, retest, or it can just simply be a higher low, and then I'm waiting to go long for it. So this is a very, at least to me, a very direct way of trading dollar yen. What do I see? Or dollar, euro dollar. I need to switch back this chart. I think electricity is a bit too high for me now, so my internet is suffering. I might not have paid the bills, so it's taking some time to actually catch up. Now, for euro dollar, looking at it, pairing is that I'm going to short euro and I'm going to long dollar. So on the H4 chart, this is what's happening. So you can see that now I'm on the which chart am I? This is on the 1 week, the weekly chart. Over here, there's actually very significant level on the weekly chart. So once price has done so, it has in fact retested already. So what I'm waiting for price to actually break down. This to me is on the H4 is actually a ranging. Right? So I'm waiting for price to actually retouch this level, break and retest, and I'm willing to go short. Now, so euro dollar, I might be needing to wait for a fair bit. Might be towards the end of the week that we see such a setup happening. So let's hope it happens. And then I'll be on a very happy downtrend, right? So with that, I'll pass the chart over to Alexis.